Morning, this is Beat After Beat coming to you live from a 35 degrees, partly sunny Motor City weather today. Much love to the fullest Biome Mondays. Yes, another show. Thank y'all for showing up. Biome Mondays with your host, Beat After Beat. Thank y'all for showing up again. And that drum roll, please. Crisp, like the air outside. Thank y'all for showing up. Bio Mondays, here to rock the house again. And today we have on the menu for Bio Mondays, November 21st, 2022, Vitamin Z. Vitamin Z, the opening act, Vitamin Z. As well as FISCHER Z. FISCHER Z. Go check out both these bands in my playlist. Thank y'all for showing up. And yes, Beat After Beat is live, so y'all know what that means. That's right. Welcome to the Motor City. Riots every time Beat After Beat is on stage. What a shame, what a shame, what a shame. Today we have Vitamin Z opening act. As well as the headliner today, FISCHER Z. FISCHER Z, Vitamin Z. Cop Watch is in the house. Much love to you, Cop Watch. First time watching you live. And it may be your last. Thank y'all for showing up. Cop Watch is in the house. And Pixie's in the house. Chuck is in the house. Hey, all in chat. Vitamin Z is the opening act today. What am I laughing for? Yeah, thank you. What am I laughing for? I have lots of laughs, right? Plenty of laughs here, right? Pixie. Morning chat. Pixie sub solo. There must be a solo in the house. Maybe a para solo. Thanks for coming to my live chat, guys. Appreciate you all to the fullest. Yes. Lots of laughs here. Parasolo is here. Where could he be? There you are. I'm kind of here, still loading up with coffee. Yes, coffee. "35 degrees here in the Motor City. Sorry, I missed the movie yesterday, Pixie. Aha, pure solo. I had 2 cups of coffee and now drowning myself in tea. I think I'm going to float away soon. Don't worry, Pixie, I'll laugh for you. Pure solo, good morning. No worries, Chuck. I wasn't there either. Laughed my ass off. Wait, I'll laugh for you, Pixie. I had an emergency to tend to. I knew I could count it. Well, I know you guys have never heard of Vitamin Z. They're an early or mid 80s pop band. I believe only came up with 1 album. I know you haven't heard of them, but they're in my playlist. Look under Vitamin Z. As well as the headliner today, Fischer Z. Another early 80s punk band, punk rock. Came out around with the B-52s, Fischer Z. Opening act, Vitamin Z today. If you check out my playlist, then you'll know beat after beat. If you don't pay attention to my playlist, then you don't understand beat after beat. Or my community page, you will not understand who is beat after beat if you don't pay attention to the playlist as well as the community page. Hi, Cop Watcher, Pixie Chuck. Oh, I thought you were talking about the actual vitamin C for a minute. No, this is Vitamin Z. Hey, Parasolo. All right. 12 minutes in the show. TWP. Thank you for the support. Hey again, TWP. PPR. Hey, PPR. What is that, Pixie? What is that? Are those like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what the hell that is. There. Oops, so you go, guys are going. A heart. It was supposed to show in the emoji, but wasn't showing. Well, I could tell you what I think it looks like, but I may be banned from YouTube. Vitamin Z today. Vitamin Z. Did you take your vitamin Z today? Oh, okay. I'm starting my own new trend. Chili dog Mondays. Since cold weather is here. Yes. Good idea. Well, I could tell you what I think that looks like, but I'm not going to go there today. Oh, groceries are here. Be right back. Ah, shit. Oh, shall we continue? One moment while I bring up my notes. Ah, yeah, vitamin Z. You can catch vitamin Z in my playlist. Vitamin Z vocalist Gia Faradell. Gia Faradell was inspired to be a singer after attending a Paul Young concert. Ironically, like Paul Young, Vitamin Z became recognized in the US for One Love for One Ballad. Active 1980s to the 1990s, Vitamin Z. Opening act today, pop rock section, group members Nick Lockwood. Vitamin Z vocalist Gia Bardale was inspired to be a singer after attending a Paul Young concert. Ironically, like Paul Young, Vitamin Z became recognized in the US for One Ballad in the 80s and really nothing else. One hit wonder. The song was Burning Flame, and it represented Vitamin Z's creative peak. In the mid 80s pop scene in England, when British artists such as Paul Young, The Style Council, and Spandau Ballet took stabs at Blue Eyed Soul, Bardale and Nick Lockwood, guitar, bass, keyboardist, formed Vitamin Z in Sheffield, England. in 1982. The group immediately received an offer from CBS Records. However, they didn't feel they were ready yet and turned it down. Turned down a major record label like that. The band continued to polish their sound and eventually signed with Phonogram in the UK and Geffen Records in America. Vitamin Z debut album Rites of Passage was released in 1985. The LP featured guest musicians such as Peter Gabriel, percussionist Jerry Marotta, drummer Chris Marek Hughes, and guitarist Neil Hubbard, and David Rhodes, and violinist Simon House Rhodes later joined the group. The band became the opening act for Tears for Fears in England, and Burning Flame scorched the dance charts. Vitamin Z revisited Burning Flame on their next album, Sharp Stone Rain. Its title, a reference to the bombing of a Northern Ireland church wherein 11 people were killed. But the LP was not successful and the group split up. Baradell started the Wild Orchids and then began recording with Seafruit in 1998. There you have it, the biography of Vitamin Z. Discography. I was just listening to Vitamin Z. Familiar. Either way, I like them. So it's a band group. Yep, it's a group. Came out in the mid '80s. Was on tour with Tears for Fears back then. One Hit Wonders played huge part of in influencing lots of great hits for the future. Now they are being mimicked and tested in new generations. Favorite rock band of all time is Pink Floyd. The discography of Vitamin Z, Rites of Passage, 1985 on Renaissance Records. 4 stars, Rites of Passage, the debut from Vitamin Z, as well as 1989's Sharp Stone Rain on DGC Records. 2 stars. So again, Burning Flame was the hit, the one-hit wonder band Vitamin Z. And you can find the video and such in my playlist by Vitamin Z. So there you have it, 2 albums, and that was it. After 1989, the band broke up, and that is it. Copwatch was born in '78. I was born in '67. Blame It on the Rain. Chuck, or One Hit Wonders bombed like Billy Vanilli, and yep. I like that song. I couldn't believe it when I found out they didn't sing it exactly. Yeah, Milli Vanilli. So we're going to continue with Bio Mondays, the opening act of Vitamin Z. I believe all of you have taken your vitamin Z pill today. Up next, we have Fisher. Fisher, an early 80s punk rock type of band, kind of like the B-52s. Fisher Z. We're going to do the biography of Fisher Z. Five people in the house. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you guys for showing up. Fisher Z. Again, Fisher Z is a, you might want to look up Tom Waits, Tom Watts, Watts, John Watts. He's the one that formed Fletcher Z back in the early 80s, late 70s. Check out John Watts. He is the founding member of Fletcher Z. Active since the late 70s, a vehicle for UK rock singer-songwriter John Watts. Active 1980s to 2020s, formed 1979. Pop rock, new wave, punk, new wave. Group members John Watts, David Graham, Steve Little, and Steve Scholink. That is Fisher Z. Grab my notes. "25 minutes in the show. Fisher Z, the headliner today on Bio Mondays. Fronted by the enigmatic John Watts, vocal guitarist Fisher Z leaped onto the music scene in 1979 with their quirky debut album Word Salad. Debut album by Fisher Z, Word Salad. This quartet, also featuring Steve Scholotnik on keyboards, Steve Little on drums, and David Graham on bass, played a rough and tumble form of new wave that was equal parts Roxy Music and Talking Heads. So a mixture of Roxy Music and Talking Heads, you're going to get Fisher Z, with art pop and progressive rock leanings. Tom Watts or John Watts' vocals were extremely distinctive, veering from a low baritone to a higher register that was not unlike Pete Townsend on Helium. Although this schizophrenic debut didn't set the charts on fire, they did score a few minor hits with "The Worker" and "First Impressions". Their second album, 1980's "Going Deaf for a Living", was a far more cohesive effort, less progressive rock and more melodic than their debut. It even contained a bona fide hit in "So Long", which even drifted over to the US. An impressive radio play by the time "Red Skies Over Paradise" was released in 1981. The band was gone, and Watts' musical vision was more direct and less arty than before. Although European sales for this album were Fisher Z's strongest yet, it was passed up for release in the US. As has been the case with all of the Fisher Z albums, realizing that his musical vision belonged to him and only him, John Watts chose to end Fisher Z on a high note and continue as a solo artist. John Watts released "One More Twist" in 1982. Then the Slick produced the "Iceberg" module the following year, neither living up to the huge sales of the last Fisher Z's album. After EMI Records let him slip away, John Watts formed The Cry with Graham back on board and released an album on Arista Records before quietly slipping out of sight, reforming Fisher Z in 1987. John Watts was the only beginning original member, although Fisher Z hit big in Europe and Australia with the single "The Perfect Day" and the album "Reveal". Although the album sounded nothing like the Fisher Z's of old, John Watts took his finely tuned talents and presented them in a much more wider audience. Fishheads, 1989, was born at the same time. A bit heavier. One moment, please. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, maintenance guy had to come in and check out the furnace in the apartment. Fisher Z. Okay. Um, the headliner today, Fisher Z. Beat After Beat is back. I had an emergency with the maintenance guys, so you're up late 40s, Chuck. Sure, we'll go with that. Have a good day, chat. Nice to meet you guys. God bless everyone. All right, Beat After Beat's back. I'm going to finish up this show. 41 minutes into the show, Bio Mondaze, Fisher Z, the headliner today. So where do we leave off with Fisher Z, the biography of Fisher Z? John Watts' original band. Check out John Watts solo. So where were we? I was going over the biography before I got interrupted by the maintenance people, checking out Beat After Beat's heater. Let's retract that. One moment. So we're going over the biography of Fisher Z's. Um, so the following year, neither living up to the huge sales of the last Fisher Z's album after EMI let them slip away, John Watts formed The Cry with Graham back on board and released an album on Arista Records before quietly slipping out of sight, reforming Fisher Z in 1987. John Watts being the only original member, although Fisher Z hit big in Europe and Australia with the single The Perfect Day and the album Reveal, though the album sounded nothing like the Fisher Z's of old. John Watts took his finely tuned talents and presented them to a much wider audience. Fishheads, 1989, was more of the same, a bit heavier, with yet another lineup change. John Watts and Fisher Z's released the absolutely stunning Destination Paradise in 1992, their best year or their best effort yet. This touching and beautiful album, Destination Paradise, featured more acoustic guitars than ever before and focused on John Watts' songwriting skills and passionate, earthy vocals, which had dropped an octave or so since their debut. Trying to capitalize on the success of Destination Paradise, Fisher Z's quickly issued the rougher Kamikaze shirt in 1993. Their softer side with an edge and in some cases a dance beat. 2 years later, Fischer Z issued Stream, a closer second up to Destination Paradise as their finest work, realizing he was at another crossroads. John Watts laid Fischer Z's to rest again and began pursuing his solo career in earnest. His first solo album under the new of his new monkier J.M. Watts, 1997's 13 Stories High continued where Stream left off. Two future albums followed under the Watts monkier before he would revive the Fischer Z name for a second time on 2002's Either. John Watts continued to release music under his own name as the decade progressed, but would periodically return to Fischer Z, issuing This Is My Universe in 2016 and Building Bridges in 2017. There you have it, the biography of Fischer Z. Check out John Watts's solo work. And we just went over Vitamin Z. Vitamin Z, mid to early to mid pop rock new wave band. Vitamin Z, check them out. Burning Flame is the one hit that came out of Vitamin Z. Burning Flame. 47 minutes in the show, and we just went over Fischer Z, John Watts's band. Check his work out. Much love to the fullest, everyone. All right, the discography of Fischer Z, 1979's Word Salad, 3 stars. 1980, Going Deaf for a Living on EMI Music Distribution, 4.5 stars. 1981's Red Skies Over Paradise, EMI Music Distribution, 3 stars. 1987's Reveal on Arola Records. 1989's Fish Heads on Arola Records, 2 stars. 1992's Destination Paradise on Electrola Records, 4.5 stars. 1993's Kamikaze Shirt on Electrola, 3 stars. 1995's Stream on CPV Records, 4.5 stars. 2002's The Cry, no stars, no label. This Is My Universe, no stars, no label. Building Bridges, no stars, no label. There you have it. A much bigger size catalog from Fischer Z. Unlike Vitamin Z, they only had 2 albums. Again, thank you very much for showing up for Bio Mondays. Again, sorry for the pause, the commercial break, whatever you want to call it. Maintenance people were at the door. They wanted to check out my heater, my furnace, and I had to explain to them what is happening with the furnace. Again, I apologize for that. Fischer Z, Vitamin Z. Okay, looking good. Looking good, looking good. Keeping the show alive. Keeping the show alive. 51 minutes in the show. Thank you all for showing up today. I will see you tomorrow for new release Tuesdays, 12 o'clock Eastern, here on Beat After Beat. New release Tuesdays, Taco Tuesdays. Y'all know the deal by now. This is Beat After Beat signing out. Have a great day. See you tomorrow, 12 o'clock Eastern, for new release Tuesdays. Much love. Take care, y'all.